Okay. Howdy. Well, let me. Alright, I gotta do some Artfight prep stuff. Let me just make sure I set it everywhere. I just tried doing it on Reddit. Why was it removed? Another one? Why was this one removed? Wait, Reddit's filters? Oh, is it because I don't... It's a new one? Okay. Well, yeah. Alrighty. So, just so I can clearly... let me turn myself down on here. So I can hear myself now. Alright. So I'm just going to be doing some Artfight stuff because it is the 27th of June right now. And I have until Wednesday until it starts. And I have nothing on my plate. I literally have nothing prepared. So right now, I'm just going to simply, trying to make sure everything's good. Yep, I'm gonna just simply start doing some Artfight prep, which is this. No one's really gonna see this, but I got my Artfight prep all ready to go. So this is my Artfight ID. Artfight has a wonderful feature where if you sometimes, well, most of the time, I don't think I've ever seen one without it. I've been doing it for about 2 years. I've been doing Artfight for about 2 years. And basically, I've had some fun with it. Okay, am I too loud? Is the audio too loud? Whew. All right. May have started too early. That's okay. That's okay. I guess I can post links on Twitch. That's nice. So I'm more or less gonna do some Artfight drawing. I started this the other day. So I know there's no one gonna be around, so I'm just gonna explain it. I'm gonna explain it first because I think I'm gonna turn this into a VOD. If you don't know me, hi, I am the Hat Art. Contrary to my only videos I have, I do art. I try to, and when I can remember. I'm on Team Comedy this year, which is going to be very fun. Very much fun. Okay, so I got to remember what stuff I had. I had that, and then I also did some sketches of everyone. We just got some rough sketches here today. I'm probably going to have to look at some references to Artfight a bunch of times. So, and on top of this, I want to also work on some of the characters I have down here, because only two of my characters of these OCs listed down here. Let's do a top layer. Jackson and Ellie are the only OCs I have on Artfight. I technically have Alice, but Alice doesn't have even a drawing. She has more pictures of her, which is allowed in Artfight. I was told it was allowed. Not told. I read that it was allowed. Hopefully. I hope I'm not wrong about it, but I just haven't drawn anything of them. And then I got these two other characters down here because I wanted to fill this little featured characters out, but I've never done it. So my goal today is to just simply chill out, listen to the music, and I don't like when it jitters. It makes me freak out. So I'm just going to chill. Whew. Just gonna chill and then draw. Ah! No! No, I was in the wrong thing. I made this today, at least. The borders you're seeing are all made by me. The problem was, when I made them, I was not even remotely thinking about I wasn't even remotely thinking about the sizing of them. So they're too thin, they're too short. They don't fit well. Hopefully next time I do this, I can do it better. But I just wanted something that fit better on the edges. I didn't really want it to be on the edges. I could do better than that. Come on. Hold on. Give me just a second. I want to center the screen. Because if I fit the screen, it's just going to flip them inside. Okay. So we should be good. All right. Let's focus on what we're actually here for. So I first want to draw my guy down here. We're just gonna add another layer. Bring you down. What's all in this layer? All the writing. Let's get rid of the hat for now. And then actually let's go back to this sketch. And was I using charcoal? I think I was. Gotta figure out where I can put the microphone better. I'm still trying to figure it out. But at the very least, hide menu bar. Boom. Ah, it looks so much cleaner. Sort of. Okay. That's not terrible. I need to not hear myself all the time. I'd rather listen to the stream beats. So, I'm gonna put some music in and I'm just gonna play around. Okay. So, we got like a sketch of roughly, not really a good sketch of what I look like, but it's a fun sketch nonetheless. We might want to change the color of this just so I can have like a shade. Okay. Nope, that's not it. Boy. You think being called the hat, I'd be good at drawing hats at this point, but nope, I'm definitely not. Definitely not. Okay, so that's my top lip. Okay, and then back here. That's a little bit too far out. More like up here than down. And then some space up here for the front. It gets kind of get pushed back. Man, I had such a hard time like figuring out streaming music and stuff because before I was doing the Minecraft music and that was fine when I'm streaming Minecraft, but of course you can't stream Minecraft music all the time because you need to actually be playing Minecraft in order to be able to use that. It's kind of part of their agreement, like, hey, you guys can use all our songs just as long as you are playing Minecraft or making content related to Minecraft. So that's always fun. We're just gonna draw like a basic hat. It doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to be recognizable as me. I don't think anyone's gonna be online. I checked online. It has been dead on the Victopia SMP. I do want to still make I still have a lot of things to finish. I only realized the other today that all my videos regarding Victopia SMP, it's been a month since I recorded one. And I feel bad. But not everyone like records on Victopia SMP. And then I'm also batting around the idea in my head to do my own survival series. Mainly because I realize this is wrong. Fudge. Oh, fudge. Nope. I want to. We're just gonna click the undo button a lot. I wonder if that is gonna. You hear me tapping a bunch? Tip, 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 tip. It's like an undo machine gun. Oh, shoot. That's way too far. There we go. Why don't we create like a whole new layer? I could have sworn I was on the other layer. Lord have mercy. First off, I feel like we need a finer pencil. I'm talking about the pencil. And that's fine. Let's go lower. That's too small. Um, um, I'm just so bored, honestly. I feel bad. I've been working on this like so many times, and yet I haven't done a single thing for Artfight. Well, that's not true. I technically did all this like on a whim. If you can't tell, I have the. Well, I guess I can't confirm or deny that because I still haven't been formally diagnosed. But it's almost so obvious that I feel like it's pointless to like say I don't. I'm like denied that part of it so long. I deny that part so long, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like, yeah, you have ADHD. Like, come on, it's kind of obvious. What else? I talk about yeah, remember. So, all right, little fun fact about drawing hats. I need to turn that down. Why is my eraser? Oh no, it's just referring to. Hold on, you are too big, sir. That's a more manageable size. Yeah. A little bit smaller. All right. Nice tip about drawing hats a lot of the time, and I still use this. I got this tip from a Fallout comic artist that I adore because Fallout is one of my favorite series. I kind of want to stream that stuff because I don't often play. I don't often like play to. Anyway, I'm getting off track. So I learned this from a comic artist who does a lot of Fallout comics, and they have this character, and I like the way they draw their hats. And they actually posted like a tutorial about it, where they said that when it comes to drawing hats, trick is that once you understand like how 3D a face is, so right here, like you see like 3D, it's kind of like the planes of the face. So you got like this down here, you got that going there, the depth that goes in to that face, just like the planes of the face. Once you understand a little bit of that and make it's really good for three-quarter view. What you can do, and I'm doing it here, is you can wrap a ring around your head. It's usually right below your hairline, because obviously you don't see the hair coming out of your face. Sometimes I do when I wear hats. Happens to me, and I have to like tuck it up there, but mostly because the hats are like really small and I have really poofy hair. You're not really supposed to have poofy hair. It's for bald people. So you draw that, and on top of that, the front of your hat is always going to be the front of your face, or basically it's going to line up with the center of your face. So I think that's why it looked off to me. So the center of your face, which I actually already outlined because that's how I do a lot of my character drawing, is going to be just about the dead center of your face. And then one thing I also have to always make sure is that it's not just going straight to like the base of your skull. That means it's too tight. And that's mostly my fault because I used to wear hats really tight on my head. And even now, most of my hats that I used to wear all the time are too tight on my head, or they just look really weird with the amount of poof that happens with my hair when I grow it out a lot. So for that, you have to like go outside the hair, not just outside the skull, the little circle that I often do, but outside the hair as well. It can be a little bit tight, but ultimately you don't want this to be too tight on the head, because then it looks really tight. It doesn't look right size. And if you're someone who is really into hats, you know a good size for you. think I have a cowboy hat that I wear. That's very fitting. And then you're going to kind of like go up. Your hair is never going to like be fully pushed down. Like my hair on a good hat is not really pushed down. It's a little bit scrambled, but it's not pushed down. It's not like a baseball cap when you take it off, your hair's all messy. I literally wear them for work and it is a nightmare sometimes. So I'm just going to just simply draw up. I'm going to draw up the sides, the back side of it. And I'm actually going to like curve it a little bit. Nah, let's make it straight. Let's make it a little bit straighter. I'm going to kind of curve in because it's kind of like bending up to the knees of your hat. Is it? Kind of hard because it looks like it. And then on the other side, it's going to also kind of curve in, but that's also because there you can tell the little indent that's inside of it. I think I just need to kind of pop. No, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I feel like I'm lying to myself now. I think this is just like too small because it's too far back. We need to bring it up a little bit. Nope. That's not it. This is where a handy dandy reference could come in. We're gonna redo this. Lord. Can you tell why it takes it so long? Okay. So it just gotta go. Another thing about hats is that usually they lie right above the ear lobe. Right above the earlobe. Making my little circle, my little oval to wrap around my head like it's a hula hoop. I'm gonna draw my little line, go up. That's from the center of my face to kind of show the center of the hat. And then we're just going to, I mean, I'll just do the brim first. Maybe that's why I'm getting like disheveled because like the sides of it, it's like without the brim, it kind of makes it look like I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I am doing it wrong. I don't know. Maybe I just need to do like more of like a pinch up here instead rather than a straight V or like a wide U. And then I'm just gonna bring up the sides a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That feels better. It feels better for me. So a lot of times when I do these, these sometimes this I have to like push it in, kind of indicate a dent here. There's a dent here, but like when you pinch the hat, it's like right at the front. I think I'm getting like caught up on this. I need to bring this closer instead of like far out. Maybe? I don't know. I think I'm just getting over. You know what? I know why. I know why now. Aha! I know why. It's because I'm making it the wrong, like, tilting up. It's like tilting up instead of going along with the face. It's going. I think I was going like this way because I was going straight down, but that's not it at all. That's not it at all. Let's do this now. I don't know why. I sometimes like the brim more than the crown itself. I think it's because like when I think of fedora, I don't actually like fedoras that you can buy today. I don't like them. I don't like them like mostly at all. I like the really old school ones, like the ones that were really like sharp on the shapes, like really pointy. Rather than like now where they're more like they're very much bowl shaped because they're very quick at producing them. So they'll just simply produce. There we go. There we go. Now we got something. Now we're cooking with gas. Now I'm just gonna go around. And just like that, we're just above the earlobes. Like that, we're above the earlobes. I also need to like not mind the hair as much because this is already too far out for my hair. But already, this feels a lot better to me. This feels a lot better to me. Man, I get thirsty so quickly. So anyway, like I was saying before, after I interrupted myself, I will simply like draw from the face, like where my face is actually facing. And I did it again. I almost did it again, where I have it out. I think I'm just getting nervous. I'm just feel like I need to look at a reference image again because I can't remember apparently. I need to look at a reference. It is way more of a straight line. Then it's more like more of a straight line. Then it actually is going up, then down. And then we're just going to make a ribbon that would go around the hat. And I think if I think once I get some better sketch lines in there, it'll look a lot better. I'm lining this up too much too with normal fedoras like that. Let's bring it down a little bit. Like pressed up like that. All right, and then let's do some inking. And then hopefully, maybe I'm just like getting too paranoid about it. Maybe I'm just getting too paranoid about it. We can do some inking. So let's just do that. My rough pen. Okay, cool. I actually kind of want to do it. I don't know if like the green pen might look nice, but I think not because we're in. Let's do some colored ink. I don't know. Would that look good? Not with that setting. No. Not with that setting at all. Not with that setting. I feel like that's better. Okay, and then I like that. I like that color. It's not bad. I actually kind of want to make it a little bit darker, but still like a little bit more vibrant. I think that's good. We're gonna bring down the rest of these layers to a good separate layer. And then I'm gonna try my best to get the sketch line. It's always the sketch lines that look really, really good, and then you go to ink it and it looks absolutely terrible. Like, I was so proud of a lot of these like quick sketches that I did. I did a quick sketch the other day in my sketchbook, and then immediately after I tried going back at it, immediately lost. Oop, I am in the wrong layer. I should probably name my layers. It needs to be darker. That looks good. Looks nice. We can then just turn down the eraser a little bit. Oh, wrong thing. Yeah, and then let's get some here in there. If you really if you want to join Artfight at all, if you feel like you want to try out Artfight is a lovely community, I would say. It's a very engaging like opportunity, I would I would say. Um like I would never think an opportunity to draw OCs was possible other than like posting content on YouTube. Because other than that, I would not think that it would be possible for everybody to do it. So what's the word I'm looking for? So comfortably. I'm gonna say comfortably. Oh, you know what? I feel like I messed up here. We're gonna kind of like I never thought a community. Ugh, apparently I am just cracking puberty this morning. I can't even remember that. In fact, it's 9:21 in the night. I would never think that a community could be so well adjusted to just simply let artists, especially people with OCs, just have a community. Weirdly enough, I didn't have as many OCs as I thought I did when I was a kid. Like, because I was thinking back to what OCs were like as a kid, as like growing up in 28, like it was around middle school, so that was around 2016 for me. So it was a fair bit ago. But and it was a fair bit ago that OCs were like probably. It's so interesting the idea of an OC or just original character just coming into mind, because they're so fun as a like a way. I was much more of like a thinker about it. I feel like that's where most people are, where you can think of an idea, but you can't if you don't like have the artistic wherewithal to like try and do it, you might end up just simply like just keeping it an idea, a figment of your imagination, which is totally fine. There's no shade in I think this is gonna be like we're down here, and then we're not gonna bother with a very complicated because this is just like supposed to be character drawing. We'll stress out more about it. But OCs like in my time, I would say I was not very good at like thinking about OCs that weren't, well, nope, that's a lie. My first ever YouTube channel used to be like a robotic creeper and I made videos. I would try to make a video about this stuff all the time. It's so dating how young I was, because it had everything. It was Minecraft, it was FNAF, all that jazz, all that wonderful cringy kid stuff that I loved and I still love to a degree. I still love things like FNAF. But oh my god, it was my OC was so interesting. But I rarely made art of it because I could not keep my attention on it for long. I did not like that. Sometimes you want to go into like a smooth brush stroke and then you just can't. Step back a second. How's that look after I take off? Funny enough, not terrible. I just don't like the pointedness of the finger here. So we're just gonna kind of... Okay, I didn't mean to make it that loaded. Here we go. And we're gonna blow the finger there. Can I like shave off a little bit of this? I also don't want to float there. Yeah, I guess like I had it, but it just wasn't really clicking as much as like other, like I had friends who were way more of an OC person than me. Like I just had characters in mind. I don't think, I guess that is an OC. I had characters. I didn't have terrible, like I didn't have like terrible ideas for characters. I just couldn't remember them every single time. Because I'd rather like think about something else, or like cool fight scenes, stuff like that, or just like something stupid. All those. Whee. So anyway, Artfight, because I realized I hadn't actually answered any question. Artfight is a lovely like little community where you can post OCs online for everyone to see of any category you want, and can show off your characters to others for the chance that they could draw them. And the fun I love the added bonus to encourage that, they have a little competition every year. We're in a whole month of July. Oh, hello. When did this happen? Ooh, hello. Howdy. I did not even see that person there. We're in the whole month of July. Hello. Sorry, I was like talking to myself for the most part, and I didn't looked over and I saw people. Howdy. So I was about to say, Artfight. So for the entire month of July, artists take their OCs and they present it to a bunch of people. They say, hey, do you want to draw my OC? If you do, you'll get points for your team or defense for your team. And other people draw it. Other people fight it by drawing other people's OCs. Those are called our attacks. I somehow got into the wrong layer. How is that possible? Just drawing their attacks. And actually, I want to go back and get a green. Is that good? Yeah, that's a really good green. They draw their attacks. My second year, yes. I didn't do much my first year. It's my second year. Sorry, I'm assuming you also, you know this completely, given that you said second year. It is my second year. I would consider it a first year because I straight up didn't do much. I mostly did a friend, but I wish I can show it right now. But I really don't know, like, if that's like good idea, sharing all that stuff on Artfight. If you want to follow me on Artfight, my Artfight is on the username is on the. I saw their art, not yours. Hee. What do you mean their art? No, this is my username. If you are interested, I'm actually going to be working on OCs as well, because I only have 3, and I have these 2 old farts. Well, not old farts. This one's like my Red Dead character. This one's a Fallout character, and I added a Cyberpunk OC. And then I have like 2 more that I had really fun ideas for, because my Minecraft, the videos I've been making for it actually gave me a lot of inspiration for it. Oh yes, I made one of a friend of mine who also like basically introduced me to Artfight. She introduced me to it, and I was like, hold on, this looks amazing. I mean, if opportunity knocks and a school would let me, I would definitely like talk to hold on. I would definitely like want to introduce like art, that stuff. So yeah, essentially just did an art trade then. Yeah, basically. But I think it's fun, and I'm gonna try. So that's why I'm saying like essentially this year could be considered like a first year, even though technically it's my second. But I do have, that's way too curved. I do have a list of people that for each of the OCs that I have. I got way too in depth looking for OCs to fight, of all the different fandoms that I really like. And man, you should have heard the thoughts racing in my head, because sometimes you get like ideas in your head, you really want to do them, but you got to like slow yourself down and be like, okay, hold on a second. Like right now I'm doing this and we have like what, 3 days? When is Artfight? On Wednesday. So yeah, 3 days after today to essentially make what all I was going to make, which was gonna make it a fun like starter comic for at least 2 of my OCs, maybe 3, to like introduce like what I'm gonna do for Artfight. I might do it next year if I'm able to do it next year, but I got way too excited. But it's okay to be excited. It's just what do you do after that excitement? You have to temper that expectation, not to get yourself disappointed too fast. I haven't made any artwork of any other person. I am more focusing on my OCs right now, which is not a good thing. If you have time, just join it. We can be study partner. Well, I guess study partners. What is it? Body doubling, I think it's called. I'll body double if you get your drawing started. Yeah, I'm also waiting till last minute. This is too low. What is going on here? I think this needs to go further down. Body doubling is the best start. I'm trying to get used to it. I'm just finding out. I'm just not just finding out. I mean, it's always been there, but I'm finding out recently that I had like ADHD, and I don't have a lot of people that I body double for. I get distracted way too easily by what I want to do. I just can't do it. It makes me relax to the point where I don't stress on a line for 8 years. Ah, you work on the line. Oh, this is not, that's why it's not. Here we go. We can bring a little bit more definition to that. Make a little more of a pinch. Perfect. And then let's get rid of this. I like curved away. And let's bring that out here to make it seem like there's more the edge. Yeah, that's good. And then just down here. Here we go. Let's look at the sketch outside of it. That's not bad. That's not bad. It's not bad. Bless the undo key. Oh, you should have seen it. I was spamming the undo key for a solid, like, I was tipping like a typewriter. It was a mess. It was a mess. All right, we got to go back to the brown brush that I was using. It was really fun. It was really funny because I basically erased like a lot of the character because I was on the wrong layer. I was like, oh gosh darn it. So I had to like quickly use my undo key. Full canvas lines. It's even worse if I was going to do. It's even worse if. What am I trying to say? It's even worse if I'm. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Don't you hate it? Don't you hate it when you don't remember stuff you said? Okay. Let's turn 10 was my original number. Oh, here, let me ask this question. Secta, what team are you on? You better say the right one. Better say the right one, Secta. Haha! Yay! Comedy team! Why is this like being really bad at filling in my lines? Funny haha team. Woo! Go team comedy. I literally chose it just so I can say, just so I can clown. But I'm just so I can clown. My thing was at 10.7. I feel like it would be really funny if like I would love to see like some art that like is just straight up embodying comedy by like basically ha-haing someone in an art fight duel. It'd be really funny. Okay, now it's time for my favorite part. Actually, let's go in more of the detail. I feel like I can turn this off now. Can I, or am I going to be terrified of the results? Huh? just going to be terrified of the results. It's not bad. Yeah, the hat turned out way better. Now let's get some details in. Nice little sketch lines. And then I wanted to do... Let's get some pearly whites in there. Well, in reality, yellow whites. And then let's bring that sketch back so I know exactly what I'm... Oh, that was too big. Ooh, big. Ooh, big. The last stream I did of any art was like trying to do my... I think it was my Twitch rewards thing. And then I did... You can see on the screen, I did my Twitch... I just did those borders today. Literally, I just decided to sit down and I was like, you know what? Let's make some borders for a stream. Because I saw like how OBS was like, nah, we're not gonna have you like put that up there. How you can't have that. Was quick no for me. No, Tragedy looked too bad. That looked like for the emo kids. Sorry, I can't deal with that stuff. The blue they used for the team colors just it. Yeah, no, I think Tragedy is just the whoa, it's me. Oh, whoa. Mystery. Yeah, that's a bit edgy. I watched the announcement video. I was like, nah, teen comedy. It was a hard yes for me. I know that's like out of normal to have like 3 teams. I'm very interested to see where that goes. Because wasn't this last year? I remember it was like a very close neck and neck, and Fossils eventually won, I believe. If I remember correctly. I don't remember what team I was on. I think I was on Team Fossil. It was a hard switch up last year. Yeah. Oh, that is... Where was I going with that? I'm not going with that either. Why don't we go with you know, why don't we just go with a sketch and then worry about that later. Yeah, it was a weird like kind of switch up last year. I think I might redo the eyebrows so they can be more... I mean, I'm technically brown hair. Let's just make them full brown. I mean, I'm going more for like a pen and ink kind of... Pen, ink, watercolor. Ideal. I think I definitely should have made my glasses blue, like a bluish steel. Let's see if I can just like overlap. That might be a bad idea, but we're gonna try it anyway. It was a bad idea. I hate it. First 3-team year. Honestly, hopping around, I think Mystery has some of the most creative team cards, but Comedy and Tragedy have also just been more popular picks. Yeah. I have not really looked at any of the team cards because I can't focus too much on the thing. I just know that it's happening. I'm on the Discord now, so that's a good thing. It took me so long to get on the Discord. I don't know how it will pan out either, but I'm very excited because I think I'm gonna actually be able to put more attention on it than I did the year prior. Because like a lot of times I can't focus on it, especially when I have a lot of bigger things to do. That's what was happening last year, where I had like I was like babysitting my siblings and stuff like that, and I was like, I can't really focus on that right now. All right, let's turn that off. Looks nice. Doesn't look terrible. I think let's not that. Let's bring back the brown. Yeah, I have no clue how to paint it, but I am very excited. I think that conveys my excitement. Actually, let's see if I can use the paint bucket and just change the eye color. I'm more of a green. This is totally not affecting anything bad. Nope. Really? I can't. You're gonna hear my tapping now. Oh, I want those back. We'll keep it like that. And then now let's go into our, okay, under layer. I picked up like 50% more hours at my work this year, but still can make more time for Artfight. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to better manage my time. It's just kind of a more goal for me. I'm also trying to find time to like better my art, because I want to teach it someday. And right now I feel like I lost a lot of connection to it because my mind like wanders to other things. But I'm hoping that I can be better this year at really giving my art more time to understand it. I want to better understand it. I want to better understand my art. I think we can fix that because I don't like a tangent. Why are you? Oh, that's right. And I literally click it. Nope, that's not it. Wait, is it? Now I'm in the right layer. Now I'm in the right layer. Now I can fix this, because when it comes to drawing characters, or at least drawing people, you don't want to make it look like your neck is falling in the same line as your shirt collar. This is more for collared shirts, and I draw a lot of collared shirts, so I have to know this a lot. So I try my best not to do it. I feel like it's better for most things. This is not supposed to be like too terribly detailed. This is just simply for my own amusement. We're still on just my profile picture. This isn't even an OC. Perfectionism is coming in, and I am not enjoying its company. It is trying to be cruel fate, cruel main man. All right, let's actually get some color in. I think first we need to whiten our teeth a little bit more. Use the mapping pen. I actually like using the mapping pen because it's a lot smoother. So let's do our teeth first. Awesome. Let's get that mouth a home. The darkness. Can't have dark without light. Can't have light without dark. Let's actually add pink. That's still a terrible pink. Where was I when I decided that was a good color? Because it wasn't a ton. Tongues are so weird. Now for my favorite part, skin tone. I love skin tone. Totally 100%. Not. It's not really as hard as I make it out to be. It just needs to be orange enough. It needs to be warm enough that I'm not going to. It needs to be warm enough to show that I get tanned really easily, and that's usually like more red. Pale enough to know. Did I literally just you can't see it. Oh my lord. I literally just made the background color. That was completely unintentional. Okay. Oh man, mixing it is hard sometimes. Let's add a little bit more a little more red. I don't know. You know, let's actually maybe do the background. Maybe because that also could frame it better. So let's go to backgrounds. Let's steal this orange for ourselves to make sure that we're not going to accidentally trim the color. And then let's just go around. Can't see it because it's currently behind Artfight logo, like that. Doesn't even need to be a good one. We should close those lines though, because otherwise everything else gets filled in. So let's do that. I'm gonna just add a little bit. Stable penman work. Just behind our little logo. Remove Artfight. And that should be fine. This one's harder because it's literally right here and I decided not to make it, so. Secta, I really want to know, do you have an Artfight and you're willing to share it? I would love to see if you have any art fight stuff that I could fight. Or I guess, what is it called? Is it called friendly fire? Is it called friendly fire when you attack someone on your same team? Like, since you're saying you're kind of still team comedy for the moment. Is it friendly fire or, okay, so it's friendly fire. Revenge is when I attack someone else back. Is it trying to censor it? It's reading as a censor. Is it literally just 3 letters? I don't know why it's censored, and it's not even letting me uncensor it. Okay, that's weird. Okay, all right. I think the best way to do it is to do something like a pastel, or maybe like a. This is the hard part about saturation stuff. Lighter color, but I want it. But I want it exaggerated. Let's try that and see what happens. Same name as Twitch. Okay. I probably have links blocked. I don't think I have links blocked. Oh, on my Twitch. I don't know. I am a very new streamer. I don't know how to stream to save my life. just got it. And okay. Boom. Oh, my Lord of mercy. I clicked your profile and that is just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. I legit just looked at it and I exploded for how beautiful this is. Yeah, it's really good. That is really good. I think I might actually try to do the human version. I'm not really good at literally anything else but human, and that's even a stretch. That's why I've only highlighted like human. I've seen some people who do Artfight with Fallout characters. They do feral. I don't know what I'm gonna do in that situation, but anyway, I was going to, if I can find Paint Bucket again. Pray it works. That's a weird place to put it, but okay. We can just go back to the mapping pen and just turn it up a little bit and get that. Oh, you're part of a different layer, aren't you? What's the other layer you're part of? Because you're not disappearing here. Where I just had it. Hold on. Let's get that eraser. Secta, your Artfight page is absolutely stunning. Good job. Is that the HTML? They just changed that, right? The HTML stuff. I heard people were talking about that a lot. I have CSS. Haven't really touched the new HTML. Is that the old one? I don't know much about computers and stuff. Hence why I don't. Oh yeah, I was just trying to figure out music for stream. I was like, every one of my friends was like saying, "Oh, use Epidemic Sound," or they probably didn't say Epidemic Sound. I probably heard it, and I just didn't clock in my brain because I have a silly brain. Where are you from? There's a speckle. There's a little dot. Oh, it's on you? What do you mean I can't? Hold on. Why can't I mess with you? Okay, sure, thanks. Since I have premium, I can edit the page's code slightly. Ah, okay. This layer. Okay, I think I got everything else, and then it made me also realize that I somehow missed a lot of lines. I don't know how I did that. Let's go back to the rough pen. That's cool. I think I saw someone had a, because on the whatever the toy house, they have a list of assets you could people provide, and I think I'm going to, since I don't know how to work HTML and I'm not good at computer stuff. Let's go back and grab this color again, because I don't remember which green it was. Okay. I think I'm gonna use there was an asset that like you give your Artfight image, and then you can set it up so it clicks on these characters. I'm gonna do that. I had the idea originally where I was gonna do like a comic for each of the characters starting out. I think I mentioned that before. But I'm gonna try to like just write it because it's fine. I like this. This is nice. I like that. Yeah, that's really neat. That's a good one. Oh, and it kind of does match with the color a little bit. Now let's go back to our this one. Let's get our skin tone back. So I just realized I shouldn't have probably used orange for something that's probably going to be a skin tone similar. Or that. That's too yellow. Makes me look very sickly. I mean, I like to try to get my skin tone, but I can't get my skin tone, and I'm worried now. I mean, that's pretty close. It just needs a bit more red. So let's add a little less green, a little more red. That just blends too much. Add a bit of blue, a little less green, a little less red. Maybe bring it back a little bit more green. Make it a little bit more yellow. Back at the very sickly yellow. I should really be better at getting those kind of things. All right. Well, skin tones, man. I'm usually decent enough at like the weird skin tone variation. Well, yeah, I would say that. I wouldn't say that's like, oh, that's good. Okay, there we go. There we go. That looks more like my skin tone. Whee. Probably doesn't help that I made it. I probably have to change the color. Probably will have to change the color. You know, I just realized I can just use the paint bucket tool. Let me just get the inside lines all ready. And then we're just gonna use our handy dandy fill bucket tool. Our lovely mouse tool. Nope. Nope. I feel like I'd be like in the every time I do that, I think of the project, like the scene in Project Hail Mary where okay, I'll be honest, I haven't actually watched the movie and I really want to watch it, but I keep forgetting to like figure out where it's streaming or like care where it's streaming or where to pirate it. I don't know. But anyway, I'm thinking about the scene I've seen a lot where now I'm forgetting the actor's name. Apparently I've never seen any of. Oh my lord, now I'm having a brain fart. Oh no, that's not good. At this point I'm just gonna color the rest of it. That scene where he opens up the message in a bottle and it's just like, oh, just twist it open. Oh no! And then just immediately throws it in the contamination chamber. Because it reminds me every single time I click on the accidentally click on like the fill bucket tool, fill it, and it fills something I should not have filled. It should not have filled. It feels a lot more brown. If I make it just a little bit more red, will that make a difference? That makes too much of a difference, and Let's go back to saturation. Let's do a little bit lighter. Yeah, that's too gray. Let's just go back to the color and just deal with it. It's not bad color. It's a little bit darker than my actual skin. Yeah, let's do the hair real quick. Let's do the hair. My hair is usually like a more reddish brown. Reddish but dark. I think it's a lot less red than that. I was thinking too much red. Desaturate it just a little bit. That's better. That's better. All right. Now let's do the hat. I want like a nice lighter green. I like a nice light green. That's good. I think we can make it just a little bit darker, more saturated. That's nice. Yeah, I like that. I always like a good green. Green's my favorite color. If there was a green team, unfortunately, that would definitely be I would definitely flip like in a second. If they somehow change any of the colors into just green, I would immediately flip. I love so many different versions of green. Neon's the only thing that like kills any color for me. But I just love green. I love blue. I love earth tones. Earth tones. I apparently said with an F. Apparently, like I didn't develop my tongue to say earth. I don't know if anybody does it. Does anybody like sometimes like just flip their canvases to the side just to work on like details like the hat that I'm trying to do, and then I immediately just want to go like, God, dang, I gotta like flip it over because because it's not right. I should be looking at it. You know what? Also, I should be doing. I should be taking a step back. Once I get the hat colored in, then I'll take a step back. Take a step back when the hat is done. There's actually some really good illustration that I've done in a long time. It gets hard sometimes to remember I guess to remember it because I can't remember anything right now. My brain just doesn't remember anything. Got downtime, I got nothing, but I can't remember anything I say. Alright, I like that. Let's zoom out a little bit. It looks nice. I like it. I'm gonna probably add details like sort of a beard. I don't know. Would that be too distracting? Or should I go clean shaven? I don't mind the clean shaven. I think I just need to like add shadows too. And then let's go for like a deep saturated green. Sort of similar to our lovely hat band, but I want it to be a little bit more. Let's grade out just a little bit more. That's not where I want it. Let's go with like a more grayish. Make it more like a brown, like a brownish gray. Always nice to have like a nice gray line. And I wish there was a way for me to easily change some of the sketch lines, because right now I'm like kind of thinking about I could have probably changed these colors to not be like So green, so brown. Like I wish I changed the eyes, the glasses to not be so. But you know what I am gonna do? I am gonna go back to green. We're gonna make it a little bit more nice. I have way more of like a greenish bluish eyes. I'm gonna go back to that line drayer. The line drayer. I don't remember what I'm saying. And we're just going to go over. Rough pen. I think it's the rough pen. I think it's the rough pen. Hard part is when it gets so pixelated. Can't really tell. People who do those like really impressive detail. Yeah, I liked it brown. I like the brown. Trying to get good eye color when I'm trying to do like a more sketchier style isn't gonna really work for me. All right, and then the shirts. Should I make it just white, or should I try to make like some sort of? What's a good color I can think of? I think definitely we need to make it a green tie. I mean, we're going on the theme of green. We're Kermit the Frogging our way through. Let's actually just make it that green that we just did for the hat. I think that's actually a really good idea. Then back down to our underlayers. And then we're just going to fill this in. We still haven't even gotten to a single other character. And I have a bad feeling that I'm going to start Artfight with only those two characters. And I still need to really update them. I only added Alice recently. And I feel like I did a bad job on it because I like did it like out of a adrenaline, not adrenaline, but like hyper focus. I started hyper focusing on Artfight stuff. I like looked, it was alongside those assets. And I just simply like couldn't. Let's make it like a yellow, like a nice autumn color, and then make it like a white. Does that work? I think it looks good. I like that color, anyways. That's like the color I would love to go with. I'd like Alice. She is a very basic one because I didn't really do a lot. I know I did. I tried drawing her once. This, let's see. Try drawing this character. Actually, let me see if I can just bring it up because I might use it as like a nice reference in a second. Now I gotta show. But Alice was born out of my Cyberpunk 2077 character. Let's bring it to the front. I want to transform you. Hold on. Yeah, this is Alice. I didn't do a lot of sketches. Most of my I tried drawing her in like this outfit. I thought it was really nice, but I couldn't really figure it out. All right, let's turn off those sketch layers again because that just distracted me from where I was, and apparently where I am. Bum bum bum. Oh, wrong color. See, I can't remember where I am. I excited for Artfight though. I really hope I get a chance to do at least more than one. I'm not gonna try to just rely on like the friend that I had before. I want to try. So basically, what I did, and I thought it was really fun, and that's kind of where the idea of a comic came in, where I like kind of like categorize all the fandoms that I want to do, that are outside of it to. Ooh, let's be careful when we're doing close to other base colors. When I came up with the ideas, I came up with like, why would I draw them? What would cause me to just simply draw the fandom other than I'm more comfortable in this fandom? I want to draw human characters, but I don't want to draw like characters I don't know about because I don't know anything else except fandom, which is probably the best part about it being in any fandom, is that you at least have something to fall back on when you don't really know what to draw. Like I used to draw Red Dead all the time. But anyway, the reason for all like my fandoms is like usually like going out on the town. I have a few characters that are simply going on a walk and meeting some interesting people. One of my favorite artists is art Scott Christian Sava, who blew up like on TikTok right around like when I was getting out of high school and like I was wanting to become a teacher, but I was kind of like on the fence of being a history teacher, and I was like getting so into Scott's videos, not just like because he's very nice, he's very talkative, I love his content, but also because like how he talks about art. It's probably like the first time I saw art education as like something I probably want to do. I still want to do. I still want to do it. I just love it so much because it's a kind of freedom. It's a kind of education that isn't just simply learning something basic. I mean, obviously, you're learning the basics of art. You're learning the basics of how to draw, how to use elements and principles of art to your advantage, but it's also creating a understanding of who came before you when it comes to art, not simply like going like, why do we have to make art to study art? Why do we study art at all? And I'll just say that Scott Christian Sava's videos made me want to become an art teacher because of how he relays like the importance of studying art, the importance of learning from art and artists from the past, art movements from the past, things like that. And I really just simply enjoy Scott's way of doing that, where he simply creates beautiful watercolor artworks and illustrations. And they just make me realize how better the world can be with a little bit more education, and that in itself made me want to become an artist, and want to teach art. So that is why I am such an art educator. I think I'm good. Should I add more details? I think this is fine for detail. Of course, this is not on the same layer. Why is this not? Why don't we merge it with the layer below? Okay, perfect. Not perfect. now I'm having an issue where if I'm in between the layers, what exactly? Because now I'm in the issue where, yeah, that's right. I guess I gotta be like careful. What about filter? Okay, that's good. I will say now that I found music that's actually like more enjoyable to listen to when I'm trying to focus, I will say that has helped me tremendously. Bum 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 bum. And then, so I was saying the other day, not the other day, I was just recently trying to figure out like how to do sound, because I recently found out that I was trying to stream using Epidemic Sound because I thought it was like a fully free service, but I found out you have to have a license. So that like kind of hurt it. Like if I was somehow making money on YouTube, where I post a lot of these VODs, like probably this one will be. A lot of the time, it will just say like, hey, your video, if it was to be monetized, they would take revenue from it because obviously you don't have the rights to this song. So we can't have you just simply using the song for your own pleasure. I was like, okay, that's fine. That's my bad. I had to find out the hard way. It's not like at least I'm not getting a copyright strike, so that's good. That's good. I was more worried about a copyright strike, honestly, because I don't know how to handle those things. Again, like I said, I am not good with computers. I am not good with how corporate entities work. I just want to make silly videos where I play Minecraft, play Among Us with friends, like I did the other day, and just have a fun time. But I can't when I'm using songs I'm not supposed to. Can't do that. Can't do that. Do that. We're gonna darken the hair up a bit because obviously shadows from the hat. I'm not trying to be a perfectionist. I got a whole month to be perfectionist. Why start now? Why start now? Pointless to kind of be a perfectionist. hard to be a perfectionist nowadays. All right. And we're just gonna do like shadow behind the fingers. Casting shadows are. And I think we're done with that. Maybe we should put some. I don't think that like a lot of texture. This is just a basic drawing, saying hi, howdy, hey. This is me, the hat art. Follow me on Artfight. Fight me. All right, I think that's pretty good. We spent about an hour and a half working on that. Now we can get to the other characters. I think this will just go. I'm gonna say it goes faster, but then I'm gonna lie to myself. So let's just start putting things in groups so I don't blow a gasket. We're just gonna put boom, boom, boom. And sure, we'll just count you as a folder. This is just all my writing stuff. We don't even need this layer anymore. Sketch of all the. All right. Let's get an image for Jackson. Let's get a folder. And then let's rename this folder. If I can find it. Let's name it Jackson. I'm changing his name too because I really just want to have a different name for him. This all my sketches? Yeah. Okay. In this one, let's make a new raster folder. Raster layer. Now we can get started by getting our trusty dusty charcoal pencil. Making it like a dark green and sketching out. Let's get a reference photo for our lovely audience to see. If I can find it. Of course, yeah. Of course, it just throws itself in here. This one's hard because I've changed this character so many times. Oh, this one's obviously a hard one. Scale rotate. Retransform. Oh, cancel that. There's a way. Oh, I'm sure it's fine. This is my cowboy OC from when I played Red Dead Online as a kid. It has been such a long time since I have done that. Ooh. Stretch a little bit. Ooh. Stretch a little bit. Now, it is time. Let's get rid of the writing. So I might erase that later anyways. First character in. And I actually think now we should start moving all these layers above so I can draw outside of it. Mostly because Jackson has a very interesting feature that I always loved about his character, and no matter what, I can't get away from it. When I was playing the game and I was trying different styles, because when you get like to a certain point in a game, especially an online game that doesn't get a lot of updates, you gotta improvise. And it's usually, for me, always customization. I do it all the time when I play online games. If it doesn't have cool customization options, I don't want to play it. And Red Dead was probably my favorite one. Not just the story mode, but also online. I played it since Red Dead Online started. Like, I had the online version well before everything happened. So I was able to get all like the little Outlaw Pass stuff. I paid for it. I would buy it all the time. Um, let's do like a sizing up kind of picture. I would play it all the time as a kid. I loved Red Dead Online. I played it so much with friends. That was probably like the most connections I had with my friends in high school. And it was a great time. Because oftentimes when you live out in the country like I do, you don't get an opportunity to just simply hang out. You have to like drive over there, or your parents can't bring you. You can't go everywhere. It's a problem I have like nowadays. Even though I can drive, like I just don't have money for that kind of stuff. Anyway, let me talk about my character Jackson a little bit. Jackson is an old man. If you couldn't tell, he is an old man. I kind of based him because I often like old man characters in games. Not like the really mean ones, but more or less like I like the more like tough, chiseled, gruff but wise kind of characters. It's probably gonna be a pattern for any guy I draw. That or like really uppity, not uppity, but like really just like has a lot of spirit. Let's draw. He is looking straight at us. And I oftentimes, for some reason, like to draw his hat first. Or we're going to make sure we draw his jaw first, because I often always got his jaw wrong. Fun facts about my character, Jackson. So he is a U.S. Marshal. By the end of the time I played Red Dead, I made him a U.S. Marshal. The U.S. Marshal of old. Jackson came, his family was pretty well off. He decided, though, he was still going to become a lawman and hunt the outlaws of the Wild West to the ground. Not to the ground, but to hunt outlaws with his posse and stuff like that, and do good by the world. Mason mainly was stayed near Blackwater, though occasionally Strawberry. Was it Strawberry? It's been so long since I played. Occasionally he would be in the areas of Valentine, that was the name. Valentine or Blackwater. And oftentimes those were just his staging grounds for many of his expeditions to hunt outlaws. Jackson has a daughter. I considered her my second account when I played. I don't know why. I kind of wanted a second account just for the fact. I don't know why. Actually, why did I create a second account? It was my dad's account. Because my dad would sometimes play with me when he wanted to. I don't remember. He would play with me sometimes, but he didn't like playing like single player long games and stuff like that to relax or anything like that. He had his own relaxations, like fishing, golfing, stuff like that. But I was more of a video gamer. I loved video games. I'd always make an effort to play with my friends online. And when I was able to start playing online, Red Dead was Fallout 76 actually was my first choice, but we're not Fallout 76. Next one was Red Dead. Next one was Red Dead. Red Dead was just a very fun game. There's not a lot of good cowboy games, in my opinion, that are more like story based, that are more customizable. That do a lot of the shooting, gunfire, and stuff like that. But Jackson was born out of a lot of different ideas. I started off when I first started playing Red Dead Online. I started off with my favorite reference to cowboys, Marty Robbins, and his gunfighter ballads. If you know, like Big Iron from Fallout New Vegas, you've probably heard that. But I got really deep into Marty Robbins's other songs of cowboy songs because he made a lot more than just Big Iron. And it's always fun to look at those. Like, if you ever like a song from Fallout, I highly recommend you check them out. Like, check out the artists themselves, check out the genre they're a part of. This is so wrong. Because you'll end up being like very surprised what kind of songs you might find that are actually more likable. For example, when I first started liking retro music, it was because of Fallout. And then country music, Red Dead kind of made me into back to country music, but like old country music. And I genuinely fell in love with Marty Robbins' gunfighter ballads. Like he has 3 albums. He has 3 albums that I listen to. I think there's technically a 4th one. There's not a lot on that 4th one. It had like a song like Mr. Shorty. Very funny yet somber kind of song. But I loved his gunfire ballads, and I would listen to all the time, whether I'm playing Red Dead Online or I was just playing the story mode. Always fun to have. Then basically, so for my first character in Red Dead Online was Marty Robbins as a Red Dead Online character. I was just starting out. There's like one photo of that character because it was so early on, and then I kind of fell off of playing online games, and I only started picking it back up once I knew my friends played it. And I was so excited to see that. And I basically was like, I don't like this grungy looking character. Let's change it. At the time, I didn't know how to like work it well enough. What I mean, like the character creator. But I made myself like more of an older man because I always like the concept of an old gunslinger type. Old gunslinger types like are really fun to like kind of role play or like think of character wise, because it's the idea of like, what did they go through that they're still able to fight? What are they still able to do? And that kind of slowly progressed in the years. Like, I think I started out with like an old, because one of my favorite cowboy movies, Western movies, was Tarantino's Magnificent Eight. No. Well, oh, it's on my wall. The Hateful Eight. Hateful Eight. I love that movie. I love the movie. It's oh, hello. I just pulled myself out of my drawing. Hateful Eight was my favorite. Probably still my favorite. Low easy. It's not like, I'm not saying it's like a masterpiece or anything like that. I don't really like to judge those kinds of media. I'm not really a film buff or anything like that. I don't like to judge really anything harshly. But I love that movie. It's a nice movie that I love to watch when I'm just chilling, playing a cowboy movie, because I like to have something playing while I'm playing a game. A lot of times. Ooh, I gotta remember how to do this. It's this collar. It's this collar bit. Oh yeah, there we go. Man, it's been a long time since I've done that. Oh man. So it first started off because I was so interested in the Confederate general character, not because he's like a good person at all. He is absolutely not a good person. Um, I just like, but it made me think of my mind because back then when you're a kid, you only think about like how can someone redeem themselves? Like why is this person being a harbinger for good in this like world of evil? And I was like, what if he's like a retired Confederate general trying to atone for his crimes and traitorous behavior? Um, so that's where Jackson came from, as the old man he is. And then later, I was like, I kind of want to move away from that because I'm really just trying to do the Confederate general type to be edgy. That was before I watched the Outlaw Josey Wales, where it made not really a lost cause argument. It didn't make a lost cause argument. It more made a more individual look on the effects of the Civil War from a Confederate side, while it is still like more glamorous to like Confederate sympathy. It still acknowledges the fact that the Civil War was like a cruel battle. It is still today, war wise, the biggest amount of deaths of Americans, including World War II and I think World War I combined, of Americans, not like in total of those wars. I think COVID, when that happened, it actually like surpassed that, and that was like a big deal. I don't know if it was a big deal because we didn't really react to that stuff. We didn't really react to a lot of that, but what was I trying to say? So yeah, I just thought like at least like it was a bit more like an edgy response. Like it was not really a good characterization for that like needed to be done at all. I really didn't think it was necessary, honestly. But all right, I think that's we need to stretch this out because it's too far. And let's make it a little bit taller. But I think that right there. His hat is a little bit different. It's a bit weird. But I wanted to go away from it. So then I was still trying to think like how can I make it a little bit more interesting. I think I ended up landing on like he left home to fight outlaws out there and his daughter kind of resents him for it. She still loves him, but it was more like why'd you leave home after now I'm starting to remember it. It was after his wife's death because he didn't really feel like he had a connection back home to his company, to his work, and decided to become an outlaw to help people in the way that his wife would help them. So Jackson kind of became a marshal slash, I wouldn't say bounty hunter. I like the determination of marshal. I forget what oh man, it's written down somewhere where I actually wrote down his new last name, and I'm gonna change that when I change his Artfight profile. But Jackson was very much a lawman by heart, and I'm very excited because there is one person's profile. They had a character who's like strictly against it, and I really want to draw. It's probably not going to happen, but I really want to draw me having a fight with them because I had a lot of fun moments. And one of the funniest things that happened when I was playing Red Dead long time ago, he has a very big nose. Long time ago, was every single time I got into a fist fight, I never lost a fist fight with my friends. I somehow knew. I don't know if it was like a weird not glitch or like combo that they just didn't know about and I knew about unintentionally, because I swear I could remember if there was anything I actually had that was I can't remember any. How do I draw old man eyes in a cartoonish way? Either I'm going to look it up on Pinterest or I'm going to look it up on what I have. Old man cartoon style. How do you do eyes? Is it? So I'm trying to do more of like a single dot kind of deal. Okay, I'm not getting results from my. I'm not really getting results. Let's go consult the book. I shall return. It's only a few walk, unless my back gives out from being sitting so long. Oh, wow. All right. Okay. You're in here. There it is. Found it. Perfect. Found it. It's a little book I have. My dad used to draw a lot when he was a kid. It's funny enough, not even like the reason I got into drawing. I don't even know the reason I really got into drawing. Other than like after high school, I got into Scott Christian Sava, and then I wanted to be an art teacher. But it's like a nice place. Let's read the introduction and look for some. I'm trying to figure out a way to do his eyes, because he's an old man. Hello to everybody in there, if anyone's watching. Trying to do this old man. Actually, let's get a different reference photo. I actually don't like this reference photo. File. Import image. This is a better one. Let's bring you all the way up. Boom. That's a better one. That's a better one. All right, we got to figure out a better. So let's look at the table of contents here. Old man. Not the I don't care about the pretty girl. It's like a. My mom brought a book. Brought a bunch of art books that my dad used to use a lot. And I decided to keep a lot. I even got myself. It basically he gave me a copy of Drawing Characters the Marvel Way, which was a book that my inspirator, I don't know the word, gave me. Eyes, brows, eyes. Let's go to 4. I guess that's the first 4 easy steps. Cartoon eyes. I'm trying to look, because this one's a really good art book because it gives you a reference of eyes that you can use, and they're usually like more 1950s style. I think it's an art book to draw more like cartoons of the 50s. Like if you think of illustrations from the 50s, you probably know some of these. That was not where I wanted to go. Go back to drawing. I was trying to draw this hat bigger because I realized it could go out a little bit further. We're going to make him pop a little bit out of the shell, and we're going to do that more. I mean, there's probably not another character that can do it more. Anyway, it's got a nice reference book, but I'm really trying to figure out some good old man eyes, and I'm seeing more of like a circle and then like a curve. But that's more of like anguish. Like, it's more of like an anguish kind of face. Right? That's more of like. It's funny. It's hard because his I usually, and a lot of times, this was more. I should probably bring down this pencil just in case I. There we go. That's better. Just in case. Let's just draw his glasses first. Well, I think his glasses are a little too high anyways. I usually draw like, is it laugh lines or like cheek lines? You can't really see his, can't really see his eyes. So yeah, I sometimes would just draw him with just the glasses. Just the glasses. I want to try to be more emotive. That's it. Yeah, not line above the eye. It's more of like a pissed look, but I think coupled on the fact that he's an old man helps. It'll probably. I can't speak anymore, apparently. I'm running out of water and I'm running out of vocal cord. Oh man, there we go. All right, let's get some lines in here. But I would just draw them with like glasses, and it's probably the one thing that probably is preventing me from playing Red Dead Online on my computer, other than the fact that it'd probably blow up my computer. Is that the glasses? I don't know where they came, but I'm pretty sure they're from the first Outlaw Path. So it's kind of like a weird connection to how I begun playing things like I'm trying to think. Let's make the line thicker. That looks good. I think the cheek is a little bit too broad. Well, it's kind of weird, like really. Probably one of the first few really chiseled jaws. When I first created Jackson, I was using the wrong preset because the numbers actually have meaning. When you're creating a character, it gives you like a numbers like, hey, here is this number, and it actually determines your race, like where your ethnicity lies. And And I found out when I recreated his final design, which is this beautiful creature. Originally, I don't know if I don't think it's the same here, but he looked like a lot more thinner. I think it was supposed to be like more Indian ethnicity, like not Native American, but Indian as in India. Um, so his character design a lot of the time looked way weirder. It didn't look more like an old man. It more looked like a weirdly. It was a weird trying to make him look like an old man because it was clear it was supposed to be like a young Indian man, and then the hair was just not making it work. I felt so stupid after I realized it. But basically his like features were very curved. Like here, it's like this. So when you're drawing a jawline, it's usually flat on the bottom for guys. Usually times a little bit more curved for girls. That's basically what it was. And then on top of that, where the jaw is, when it's connecting to like the rest of the jaw, the chin, if it's like for a girl, it's sometimes like more curves upwards. Whereas a guy, it's supposed to more be straight, lot angular lines, and then goes like more straight up. It's an observation that I make a lot of times when I'm drawing. And it's something I'm still technically working on, as you can see from the fact that my sketch line is still a little bit curved. I did way better with the sketch up here, if I can show you. I did better up here. I did more curved because my face is a little bit more curved. I think I just need to define the jaw a little bit better. Why don't we just work on a different detail? Like his big nose. Look at his big nose. He's got great nose. Hard to do in pretty good detail because I don't want to overshadow the mustache later on. No, it's more straight. Weirdly straight on. I feel like this one. Yeah, it's already looking weird. Weird, man. I think it's because I didn't define the nose better. Don't like the fact that my pen is deciding to be a little nuisance right now. Let's draw his mustache. Let's draw the center of his face. Woo. I think it's because I'm making his face lopsided. That was the problem. We ignored the step that I said earlier, where I said, when drawing the face, it's good to keep your shapes symmetrical. So like that. I basically want to get rid of the face right now. No more face. Lines for ears. Just below it. Where just the nose is right here, mustache / the middle of the mouth is right here, chin's right there, little dimple, And then the jaw's still there. That's a good segment. Okay. Let's try this again. Should have drawn the straight line. Creepy when you're looking at a blank face. I got a blank face, baby, and I'll draw it again. But he has a big nose. It's a very square front. Like it's like really pointy. It gets kind of. You know what I mean. I don't care if it's a little bit crooked looking. Kind of fits him. His eyebrows are weirdly very pencil. Very pencil. Very pencil. All that stuff. I kind of made this eyebrow a little too short. He's gonna kind of like look straight at us. We're making it too high. We're getting too cocky. Kind of getting a little too cocky. Now we gotta. Kind of getting a little too cocky. That's better. I think we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We were there, but we are not there. Boom, 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 boom. Getting caught up on the ear, and I think I'm just bringing it too close. I'm making it smaller than it really is. I think I'm just focusing on the ears too much. You're focusing on the wrong things, Capote. There we go. Let's get a good whoosh. Hold on. Oh, that's right, because this is not just like falling, it's really high, and then it gets brought down. It's really high. Then we get brought down. Nope, it's still looking to like, you know what I'm saying? This thing goes really high up in the air. It's kind of like a didgeridoo. How does it go? It usually goes like up here, bring it up to its level. See, it's too smooth of a transition. It looks too like flowing. It doesn't flow. It's very rigid. It's very rigid. Got a bit of a curve. And it's much more obvious on this side of it. Getting too worked up on it. I make the hat way too big all the time. But I think it's kind of funny to do it. Kind of funny to just make it like way bigger. See, it doesn't look right when it's... Here we go. I think that's good enough. I don't think I'm gonna get any clearer than this. Maybe a little bit more like that. I think so. I think that'll work. Okay. Let's try make it our goal to finish him before 3 hours. So I gotta get going to bed. I thought I was gonna say my battery was low. It's not, thankfully. His hat is the Londoner hat, I think it was called. Yeah, I don't know why you're like resetting, like your OBS is restarting itself. Hopefully not. I was gonna remember too, because it's more of like a curved hat. I liked it. I like it so much. It's weird. It's like a love-hate relationship. Sometimes I love it, and then sometimes it's like, why do you do this to me? Why do you look ugly? I tried switching it a long time ago, but I just couldn't do it. See, that looks too bowl-shaped. Bowl-shaped. Just too bold. It's too triangle shaped. I'm forgetting something. It looks too square. I legitimately can't tell if I'm just punking myself at this point. That looks god awful. What in the San Juan Hill? It's because it looks flat because I'm doing a front facing view. I know that for a fact. We have the curve. We just need to know the curve. We need to study the curve. It's also curving up here because the hat is looking up. That's the wrong pin. Doesn't help. Cool. And it peaks right there. That's it. That's better. That's better. And then I need to do that. I need to do the little, which is good because then I can do the detail of the wraparound bead he had. Not the wraparound bead. It's like it's the, also very good sometimes to pop things out. I said before about called tangents, like where they kind of just look like they're part of a straight line. Kind of gives it a bit more form when things like kind of pop off that are like 3D, like the band, like the leather band of like a cowboy hat. Is gonna, if you're looking straight on at it, it's gonna kind of still pop out from the hat, which is what I'm trying to do here. And then we need to get his hair. His hair. Oh, the man's hair. He's an old man for sure. Gotta make sure also we get curve of the hat in. And then it's again that thing I talked about where we can't make it look like it's just a line across. It's gotta look more like it's wrapping around the head rather than being placed. And that allows us to better. I don't like this corner. It's too sharp of an edge. That's better. It's more curve now. More curve now. I think we should get onto the eyes. Let's get some glasses in. Let's finish the rest of the face. And here is where I come into the issue of tangents again. Where I gotta make sure I'm wrapping the collar around him, around his neck, not going up to his neck, because otherwise you get a weird look. Is this part of his shirt? Is it part of his neck? Who knows? Sometimes it's good to define those outer spaces, because then it gets you more form. Form being the 3D shape of an object or artwork. Allows us to make sure our 3D object is not flat. I gotta look at this ascot now because I can't remember for the life of me how to make it look like. It looks like ascot itself comes from eye caused by. Oh wait, I have a better picture right here. Boy. Always good to have a good reference image. Yeah, Jackson was born to be a martial cowboy. I even had in his lore that his least favorite, his basically mortal enemy was one of the legendary bounties. I think it was in Sergio Vincenzna. I can't remember his name, and I feel bad that I am not pronouncing it correctly. I think the lore was he killed someone he was supposed to protect. And he has been hunting him down for a long time, but he evades capture very easily. And then it's that one mission. I think it was because I had what the stand one hill. I think it was mostly because me and my friends had a hard time with his bounty. I don't even think I have a full 5 stars, but it was a difficult bounty. It's a fun bounty though. I will say it was a very fun. All right, and then this one just doesn't really have a good. So we're just gonna kind of. What I was doing, but that looks weird. No. There we go. Feel like that looks better. I think it was just because I love a lot of legendary bounties. Fun. Cool thing I did so many cool things in Red Dead. Like I said before, I did fist fights all so good somehow. that I never lost a fist fight. There was even one time that a friend of mine, um, he had to go all the way to Machete in order to even beat me, which was such an ego boost as a guy who isn't good at games now. Like, I never lost a fist fight. I would always like strip down to like my not strip down, get to my vest, like just get to the vest underneath. Which, speaking of which, I hadn't even thought of that detail. But it's a very small detail. But it's the look of the cowboy. I like go down to my like basically roll up my sleeves to teach him the business. And I have never lost. And I'm still keeping that streak to this day. I think so. I think someone did beat me eventually. I think they just had a better understanding of the mechanics than I actually did, which is fair. Fair. They beat me fair and square. All right, almost ready to start base colors. Yeah, and this is another thing with tangents. The back line, it's very easy, and it's very good to sometimes like split it so it looks like the fabric is folding on top of it. It makes it less likely to be perceived as one continuous line. So that's what I do. It's better to easily define those define those details. But yeah, I even like came up with death scene and everything. I was so proud of that character. So proud. Sometimes I wish I can still play him again, but I don't have, I have little people who are able to play, or even if people want to start playing with me, they have to like grind so hard because Red Dead Online I can't assume it's any better now, because Rockstar really kind of fumbled with trying to they did such a good job early in the beginning, and they did like good jobs here and there with some of the like single player stuff. That's not a good thing given the fact that most people who are playing it, if any of them are new, they have to grind to get to the good stuff, like bounty hunting, like collecting, and they even nerfed collecting. I was around when like collecting in Red Dead Online used to be you get a map online. It was the interactive map, and it was actually probably one of the few like fun long days where you just chill with your friends and you listened to their troubles, their woes, and you march through getting these looking for these trinkets, and you just had talk. Basically like met like my first basically like kind of met like some very good friends along those rides. I never really had the trouble with griefing because I am not a fan of PvP. Like PvP when you're not really expecting it. If obviously if you're expecting to fight another player, you shouldn't feel bad if you die, especially a lot. But I know Red Dead was a more competitive area where things like were expected. That was like it's like you should expect this. It's like, but I always like the honor code. I was like being like honorable about it. Yeah, the game gives you an option, but you don't do it. Like for example, for my next character, I'll talk about it more. In Fallout 76, technically you can fight players, but I have rarely seen people like fight each other, especially to the extent that Red Dead had. Red Dead, it was always a gamble, a flip of a coin of whether or not the person you're about to ride up on is hostile or just buddy. Oh, that's actually really coincidentally good. It was such a toss-up. This is gonna be hard. I always had trouble with this oval. They either look too small and I can't fit the eyes in, or they're too circle. And then, of course, they don't match a lot. Let's lower the size. Look at his facial features. He's got more of like that than anything. He's an old man. He's an old man, but he's my old man. And a lot of times I like to like pop these up because it makes the jaw more defined. Also is showing me how bad that jaw kind of is. I'm gonna bring that back up to 7. And easily. No, it wants to be poo poo butt. What was I trying to say earlier? Yeah, it was always a gamble when you met a player in Red Dead Online if they were someone you didn't know. And that brings me to like a fun thing about it that I personally did. I don't like dual wielding in games sometimes, unless it looks really cool. So Jackson, he had only a single holster, even after being like what 200 and some, using one pistol, and I even learned how to do free aim effectively, and I loved it. I absolutely ate it up. I absolutely ate up free aim. Obviously, my friends didn't do it because I don't expect your friends to follow in your footsteps. I think some tried. I think some generally like wanted to try, and they did pretty good. Eventually, they switched back. I'm not saying they're like bad players or anything like that at all. I just had a lot of fun playing, giving myself that little extra challenge of like getting good with a controller. And shooting. I'm still terrible at shooting. Battlefield 5 ain't good. I'm very bad at shooting people. It's also the fact that I can't see when people are coming at me because my brain just doesn't register them fast enough. How I like get spooked very easily when people like walking by me, even if I technically know they're in the house or anything like that. I still freak out. It still jumps. All right, we now have our cowboy. He looks I hate the fact that my pen is just not really wanting to. Any part of him that I could add to kind of make him look older? I think it would also help if I erase some darker spots over here. Kind of thin this hair out, kind of like the thin hairs that he's wearing. And I think we could add maybe a little opacity layer to his face. Kind of show like he's shaven, but it's like not clean shaven, but kind of like when you use a razor instead of a Straight razor. Straight razor. Okay, can't speak apparently. A straight razor. Okay. Oh, I forgot to also finish part of his classes. Oh, I'm on a racer. And I now don't like this eye. And I made it too small. I hate the fact also that this also is doing that same thing where it looks trippy too. He's an old man, but he needs a little more respect. You will respect my authority. I never watched. What is going on? It's like when you're using a pen on a notepad and then randomly the page decides not to write. The pen decides not to be a writing tool. And then it's just making the eye fatter, not thinner, like I'm trying to do. To the mapping pen. Bring up the opacity. I think I need to, at some point, abandon the rough pen. It's because it's a rough pen. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. I didn't do a good job down here with rounding part. Yeah, and that's kind of the double-edged sword here. You want to make sure they're doing a good enough job with rounding it out that it doesn't look too out of place. But if it do it too much, if it do it like pop out a lot more, it's going to look like he's wearing a way too big of a shirt collar, which is hard because usually shirt collars are very tight on a person's neck. At least those shirts I've worn as a kid. All right. Let us get to mapping pen and do our fun part of doing this color. I really like this color. It's more of a greenish, more of a yellowish green, a very desaturated green. Not very saturated. It's more of a grayish, dark. I'm not gonna see that. It needs to be a little bit lighter, I think. Not that light. It needs to be more desaturated. What if I just sample this color? There we go. Wait, really? I guess you're right. But would it fit on the rest of that? Weirdly, yeah. I think if we add a little bit more green. Let's go in here. RGB. Looks way so bright. I like that. I like that. So yeah, he has one revolver. I gotten very good at one fist fighting and the gunfight segments. I really enjoyed those as a kid. Especially like playing bounties. I'd miss a lot, of course, and every single time I try to get back on it, every time I try to get back on it as a, oh, that's way too pastel. It's way too like, darker green, more saturation. It looks better. Less saturation. What about, how about the, no, I don't want to do like the darker side, but maybe I am just like thinking too much. All right, I think that's good. Yeah, I had fun playing bounties every single time I got back on it after I played it the initial time. It's just so different. Oh yeah, this is more of a, you gotta remember that these little lines I'm making aren't part of a different color. Actually, the strings. Just like down here. Yeah, he had a great life. He had a great run. It happened a few more times where I like tried it, especially when Call to Arms came out. Oh man, Call to Arms, that was a good revival for a bit. And then they just stopped. They kind of stopped a lot of it. They wanted like new content, but all the new content was just missions. They didn't work on any interiors and stuff like that. And the only reason I'm thinking that they did it was the fact that it's probably like way more expensive to fund like developers to make new interiors and stuff like that, which is a lie, because they did, which would be false, because they did like Moonshiner stuff. They did a ton of different interiors. I like some of the places, like when they added stuff. I really wish they made a stagecoach role, like where you transport NPCs across the map, that were like some sort of pioneering role, where you take either goods from like a bank wagon, and you got to protect it from robbers. I think that would be like much more encouraging than when you're doing like trading runs and players like just attack you. I feel like it's much more expected to get fire for it than shooting it. I also didn't like the fact during those like trading runs, a lot of the time your runs would be ruined because someone decided that they'd rather destroy your stuff rather than give you the satisfaction of retrieving it again. And that annoyed me a lot as a kid. Like, I don't understand the joy of destroying something when you can have much more fun trying to. But to be fair, a lot of people are tryhards. I don't like tryhards. I am not a person who tries to like be rough and tough. Like, oh, I'm gonna fight you. Like, oh, I'm gonna fight you to the ends of the earth kind of deal. Like, I'll have my fun if it happens, but I honestly do not like that kind of stuff. Do I like this green? This sort of bluish green. We'll smooth doesn't really matter. But yeah, I'm not really. I don't like being try hardy. I don't like that kind of atmosphere. I don't like people who really take things super super seriously. I take some stuff seriously. I'm not being all mightier than thou about it, because I do take some things seriously. I just really, in my heart, I really don't know. It's more like a thing probably my parents drilled into me. Like, it's a game. It doesn't really matter. There's like, it's genuine passion. Like, if it's something that you worked really hard on and it gets destroyed, which I guess wagons were a lot like that. Because you had to like go out and get all the sources, and it felt like every single time they updated, generating animals was bad, which I never really had a problem. I didn't understand what they were talking about when that stuff was going on, but that's not the detail I'm working on. But it, it's just something I really didn't really care to fight about, because what's the point in fighting it? I should really save this. All right, because I realize I have not saved in the about 3 hours I have been doing this. All right, yeah, an original. Why don't we take a sample? Oh man, I love that. I remember that sweater color. Is it more of a yellow? I guess it is. I mean, I'm finding more stuff. I'm finding out more stuff about my characters' dress choices from how the color swatch is saying it is. I swear it was like all green. I guess not. That's just probably because it's really old. More black. Let's get a sample of this. Yeah, and we'll just use it for all our little things. Yeah, I just never got understood like getting mad at a game. I can't be too mad. It's when people, I mean, there were definitely people who were just straight up mean people who had nothing better to do with their lives than bully a random player into quitting the game. Like, what's the point in that? Like, if you're going to be like this hostile to people, like go play the single player and just fight there. Like, the only reason they enjoy that is because people fight back, or like they don't fight back good enough, and then they come across a real player and it gets annoying. I'm not saying I was a real player. In fact, quite the opposite. Very horrible player. Again, I mean, I said I was pretty decent with pre-aim, but one, people don't use pre-aim when they want to be good. A lot of times they'd rather win than try a different skill. That's too white. That's too white. I think maybe it's more of a yellow. I think it's just my perspective, apparently. Let's make it more of like a yellow then. Why does it look very much darker? Make it more desaturated. Nope, that doesn't look right at all. Better? Not better. Why does this look... Color theory, damn you! I can see it now. I see the color now. But the unfortunate thing is the background does not see the same thing. The background sees... You know what? We need to do the background. We need to do our character's background. We need to do the character's background. Why don't we make it... Make it large. Nope. Not what I mean. Let's take this behind. I think we're only going to be able to get to Jackson today. I don't think... Dang it. I hate when I like do the long long droning on of a drawing and then I make a mistake and then I have to like go all the way back. That? Terrible. I was smarter. Learn from a mistake. Yeah, all the pre-aiming doesn't get you really anywhere unless you're really, really good at it. And I was not. Not compared to the people who were fighting a teenager who just wanted to be cowboy for a little bit and just fight NPC bad guys. Not really fun. But hey, what can you do? Like Sea of Thieves, that it's a bit more like common. Like that's more expected of you to like have a. Let's see if this makes it better. Better, but we're on the wrong layer. That kind of stuff. That was always very. Also, scenery. Red Dead. Literally, I talked about the collector stuff just a few seconds ago. Because on top of that, like looking for those collectibles was probably the funnest way to just appreciate how beautiful the developers of Rockstar are at creating scenery. Like they spent really good time working on that stuff. I don't know if I'm like my audio is getting bad if I like lean back in my rocking chair. But it was just beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous scenery. Alright, we need to make us an old man with old graying mustache. That really tell me when it's yeah, let's make it a little bit darker. More gray. Let's use the texture pen. Maybe this would be a good way to show texture. Maybe we should add a skin color color first before I go all hog wild. Fuck no. Just all the time. The scenery of Red Dead was just so fun. I enjoyed every second of it. Every second I got to see the beautiful skies, the beautiful landscapes, the flowing river was just utter gorgeous. I still try to like paint and draw from those sceneries all the time. It makes me want to play Red Dead right now. Like I have it on my computer because for some reason I thought I could play my online character again on PC, but well, also on the fact too, I saw that people do roleplay servers on Red Dead, but there it's like a hit or miss. You got to download a bunch of mods. Oh yeah, that's right. I also wanted to try to play single player using mods, and then just make my Red Dead character that way. But it was like really buggy. It didn't turn out the way I was working as I wished. So I just abandoned that idea. I was like, it's not worth it. It's not, and like I'm only gonna play the story mode as much as I can. There isn't really much in the way of content to play, and I just couldn't really like handle that stuff. But I would still probably play it again. Every single time I did try to play, and I don't know if anyone else did, and I have to look it up. I would be very interested if so. Taking like a picture of every mission or every single, like some sort of something significant in the story of Red Dead, is a great fun exercise of like thinking about composition, and is a fun way to think about how one Rockstar did a really good job in Red Dead by making a sort of film-like text, like film, not texture, composition. They did a lot with using references, using the perspective of Arthur a lot of times. I think that was just such a good thing for them. All right, let's try that color again that we tried earlier. With the textured pen. Did I do a texture pen, or am I doing the rough pen? Let's see. What's it gonna be, Charlie? What's the color today? It is a matte. Well, I should have expected that. It's more of a brown, brownish gray. It does make me think it's purple though. I feel like I need to also texture this with a whiter gray. So we're just gonna kind of layer it on top of like the normal mustache I have. But yeah, the scenery was just so beautiful, and I made the challenge for myself every single time I've gotten through the story mode. Even though like every single time I do, I end up like quitting, not because the game is like bad. It's just like I get bored of it, and I feel bad when I do because simply put, I just like get distracted of it. And one thing I enjoyed was just making photos of every single mission or significant moments in Arthur's life during the game, and then after, in the epilogue, and everything like that. It was just so fun to try to figure out how exactly you could capture the essence, if that makes sense. Capture like the theme or like the main draw of the mission that was at hand. Okay, let's give him some grays. He needs some grays. It was just so fun. I enjoyed it. It was a fun challenge, and I really gotta see if someone else did that, because I would be absolutely giddy if someone did. And I would love to see their like interpretation of the game, of every single mission. Let's first do lighter tone. Let's do a lighter tone, so maybe I can get more salt into that pepper. That beautiful peppered face. Would love to do that. It would. I really gotta like get back into it at some point in my life. I know Markiplier a long time ago. He did like a let's play of it, but I never was able to watch it. It's like it got so long, and then my brain would just like go, I can't do it. Like I can't watch this whole thing. I can't see it. Oh, that's good. I should have done that for like everything. Okay, there we go. Maybe not for the eyebrows. We'll just keep the eyebrows as it is. Why don't we add that little 5 o'clock shadow I was promising myself earlier? Mapping pen. Let's just turn down the opacity and do more of like a blue. So it's like when it comes to like coloring the face, and this is more for detailed colors, not illustrations, but I wanted to like kind of use it. Using the different like layers of the face have like colors. Like usually, for example, you have like more rosy cheeks like near the middle of your face. I forget exactly what's near the top. I think it's more of a yellowish kind of feel. And then when we get to like the beard and stuff like that, it's more of a blue, like a purple kind of look, because your actual beards are like showing, and that's true for both men and women. Because they obviously, men and women also can grow facial hair. That is not working for me. No siree, that is not working for me. Let me see if I can just get his 5 o'clock somewhere. Maybe that? Maybe if I do like a darker. Yeah, there we go. Maybe if we desaturate a little bit, it'll be a little bit better. But a lot of times, it doesn't need it. It's not really that necessary for a lot of drawings. I probably should just do like one single wipe and then do like maybe a few texture. Just tap our brush a few times. I'm just scared I'm gonna mess up the shadow. Too much shadow. So yeah, I really want to get back into Red Dead at some point in my life. I just thought you just don't get a lot of good cowboy games in your lifetime. Man, I don't like that. And then I gotta redo that all over again. I need to bring down the pen size. I'm doing it too large. That's too small. 7 probably good. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And of course the pen's glitching. And I can't stop. That's why I can't stop, because if I do, it's going to layer on top of it. And then I can't move my pen. I can't move my pen anymore. Okay. And let's go back over here. Go further up. frost. And then maybe we can go down here. Ooh, maybe we should do it with the rough pen. Maybe it will add a little bit more texture. I just simply give it, not really beard strokes. Maybe if I kind of like peppered it in. Oh, no, it's not going to do that for me. Oh, wait, maybe with the texture pen rather than the rough pen. Oh, I must have made a bunch of tiny little marks if I can't. Okay, why don't we turn on this one's opacity. Okay, why is it? Oh wait, no. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're not failing. Just gonna tap it like a woodpecker. Oh, oh. A woody woodpecker. It's making me realize now that I'm just realizing that part of his face is not shaped correctly. And that's now gonna bother me because I can't change it. I can't change it now. I'm already far ahead. And I want to be done with this as soon as possible. I am really pulling an all-nighter right now. It is like, oh, it's midnight. Ooh, dear Lord. Ooh, bad things come at midnight. And then, you know what? Why don't we take the mapping pen and map us a little bit of a red nose for our old man. All right, I think now we can do shading. Hoorah! All right, let us. I think we don't need any help with the eye. Let's get our purple back. And then this should just make us shadows. Correct. He is correct. Yeah, basically, we gotta do all of this. Oh, probably should do it above the sketch layers too. Just going to just gonna pull up like that. Just gonna go over our lines a little bit. Gotta be careful because if we make a mistake, we gotta do it all over again. All over again. And I don't really want to mess that up. Okay, and then try and think now how a shadow falls on a hat. A shadow falls on a face from a hat. It's like a curved, so it's more like that, right? Then we can add shadows later. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, come on. Let's not make a mistake now. This is tense. Oh, why did I put it so far away? I can't see if I'm over on the edge over there. Oh, wait, that's right. Part of it doesn't even need to be, because it's supposed to be in light. Because the hat has a bend in it. So we put a bend in the hat. Alright, that's not bad. Oh, gosh darn. Let's just make the shadow. Shadow down here. Shadow up here. Real careful now. Not to accidentally make our shadow compete with our other shadow. Still kind of have to make it like that. Oh, gotta do it. This is the harder one because I hate this. All right, let's remember our opacity is 27. And let's go back to 27. 26 is fine enough. No one's gonna really know. Shh. Shh. No one tell. Mustache. Let's do it underneath our eyes. Remember, our eyes are shadowy. Our basic hoods. It's under the hood. Who knows? And let's just add a little bit more shadow to the underside of her hat. It's kind of like a deep, deep shadow. There is no pinch, really any pinch on this hat. I'm just going to color in this side a little bit more. Maybe I'll just add an extra color on top, an extra layer of it. I probably should blend this because I haven't blended the other one yet. Well, this one definitely will do it. I think it'll definitely do it. Just gonna add like a little bit more shadow there and take away this shadow that wasn't meant to be there. I forgot to make a basic color. Remember our 26. What color is this hat usually? It's like a brown, a weird like tan brown. Oop, let's not go too large. Like I said, not too large. Okay. No, let's make it lighter. Lighter is better. Maybe this one? I kind of like this one. Kind of hard to see though. I mean, it's fine. I kind of like it. I was like a little bit of yellow. A little bit of the, what's it called? I forget. That's what's complementary. That's when it's like on the opposite side. Instead of the opposite, it's next to it or whatever's mixed into it. Like if it's red, its split complementary is blue and yellow. Or if you want to be more specific, blue green and yellow. All right. Go back to our 27 or 26. We got back to 27. That's nice. Okay. Make our little shadow down here by the collar. Let's just give it a full shadow. Especially gonna make sure we add our shadows in for the collar itself. Because the collar itself is casting a shadow. That's too big of a shadow. Shadow to cast here. except for just a little bit under that collar. Right there. Let's make a little bit of a shadow here for the coat, kind of blocking in that that light from getting to the other side. Let's do it to our jacket. It makes it easier to define like the split difference. Make it a little bit smaller. It's not just simply blobs color. Let's go back at it with another pass. Make it really dark. This also is going to be casting a shadow. It's casting a shadow themselves. Could have done highlights on that, but I am not picky. It's just a basic sketch. It's not supposed to be revolutionary, and I'm not going to be revolutionary in art. I just make fun art to make fun art. Everyone should too. Be who you can be, not who you wish to be. Let's do another pass of this hat. I feel like it deserves like another color, especially since we double the color up there. And let's go up here. Oh wait, let's go back. Let's do the same thing. What we're gonna do that hat. We're gonna blend it when we're done. We should do it to the collar. The collar is like definitely gonna be casting a shadow. That's not really doing anything. All right. Just a little bit of a basic line. Bring out more of that shadow. Here. And more of the eyes, since we're basically blending more shadow. Did you guys know there was a radio show in the 1920s? The Shadow. I think it was the thing that also kind of inspired Batman. He was also like a rich billionaire guy who fought crime at night and scared his enemies, shielding the innocent. That's probably also the inspiration in Fallout for the Silver Shroud. That kind of deal. All right. I think we can say, after a bit of blending, is this the blending? No, that's the effect tool. That's the blending tool. Let's do a painterly blend. Let's blend it. That's good. I don't think it really needs it anywhere else besides down here. Let's go get a bit of that shadow right here. deserves to stay how it is. Yeah. There's Jackson done. Oh, boy. It's 12:14. I really don't know if I should do another one or should take my loss and do more in the morning. Did pretty good. I think that's good. We did me, the Hat Arts. My text is not on screen. The Hat Arts. We did Jackson, our good old boy. Let us erase that because honestly, that is so small. That is not good. We still have Ellie. We have Alice. We have Floyd. We have Tecton. Ah, man. Ugh. Okay, so I can either have a good night's rest, feel rejuvenated, good in the morning. I can feel good in the morning. On the other hand, it's 3 o'clock. It's 3 hours and 30 minutes into the stream, and it's also 12:15. I have to work at 12 tomorrow. I basically have 12 hours of sleep. That's a... No. I guess so. That's like 12 hours sleep at minimum 8 hours. So, I mean, what's the harm? What's the harm? The harm is I don't feel rejuvenated. I have an 8-hour schedule, and then the next day I have to work at 10. That is true. So, you know what? I think that is a good way to end today. Everybody who is here, anybody who is here, or anybody who's watching the VOD and you got all the way to the end, thank you so much. If you want to fight me on Artfight starting Wednesday, July 1st, my name is The Hat Art on Artfight, and I will... actually, let's answer these questions now since we're gonna answer them anyway. On Artfight, I did not mean to move that. I'm like outside. On Artfight, I do friendly fire. That is way too small. It's over the... Okay. I do friendly fire. I do revenge. I may do mass attacks. I am still unsure about it. It's my second year, but Trig is my first year. I will attack my friends. I will attack anybody who's interested who draws my character in for revenge or friendly fire. If you have characters that are from Fallout 76 or Fallout in general, if you have a character like Jackson here who is Red Dead Online, I would love that. Other things I enjoy, I like retro things like 1920s to 1950s style, not style, just simply aesthetics wise for your characters. I also love I'm recently getting into Art Nouveau, so if you have an Art Nouveau character, there isn't a lot, but I really do enjoy looking at them. That is Ellie, who is our resident actually, hold on, why don't we, since we are getting ready to be done, we are going to provide a reference for each of the new characters I have. You saw Jackson today, who is our lovely little man. Where is... I have to remember everything. Next, we have Ellie Carlisle. She's my 76 person. Here she is. Ellie Carlisle is also an option. She is a firehouse cracker. She has her own page on Artfight. So does Jackson. Alice has an Artfight. You probably seen her earlier if you were here. If I can find, I know I popped a reference, but I think I deleted it. for that, I also have, trying to find Cyberpunk again. I also have Alice. Alice here is my Cyberpunk 2077 OC I made for the game. I really like her. She has her own Artfight page as well. Jackson, Ellie, and Alice. The two other ones that you won't see and you haven't seen yet are Floyd and Tecton. Floyd is my 1950s OC. Tecton is my solar punk, Art Nouveau inspired OC. I hopefully will finish this. Maybe tomorrow I could stream before I have to go to work. But I think right now I need to get going to bed so I can have a good night's rest for tomorrow. So I want to thank everybody who has watched this video. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much for having me. And hope you all have a good rest of your day. Good. Bye.